Okay, everybody, so welcome back. We're just about to get started with round two from Beyond Comics here in Frederick, Maryland. For round two, we have Paul Heaver and Michael Bonvino. And Paul is going to be running a Palpatine Ace list with, if you tuned in to Twitch Tuesdays on Tuesday from my basement, you will have already gotten a look at that. He's running a Shuttle with Palpatine, the Inquisitor with PTL, the new TIE title, auto thrusters, Omega Leader Juke and Com Relay, and Wampa, Naked Wampa. Give me a few minutes to make a few adjustments here to what we're looking at, and I'll get that list information in, and we'll give it a look.
Just don't touch. No, don't touch Crown. That's a Firefox. Firefox.
Okay, and so they're getting set up. We got a good look at everything they're flying there. We got Mike Bonvino on the right, and of course our player on the left needs not a whole lot of introduction. Paul Heaver, our three-time world champion, setting up. Mike today is running an IG-88B with PTL, Mangler Cannon, and auto thrusters. He's got Dengar in there in his jump master with PTL, plasma, torpedoes, and guidance chips, and just a Pirate Z95 with concussion missiles, also with guidance chip. So should have an interesting matchup here. I'm going to go get some pilot skill information. I'll be right back with you. Because I can't hear you. Okay, so I'm back. Went over and talked to the guys real quick. Let me put in their pilot skill information here so we can keep track of who is shooting when. And the guys are just setting up their rocks. Should have checked when I was over there to see who had initiative, but I forgot. Yeah. Greyfax on Twitch says somebody likes Wampa. That's kind of a running joke. If you go back and watch our Twitch Tuesday video from last week, Paul was running pretty much the same list, and we got to joking around about the old Kenner Toys Wampa toy commercial, and how for some reason the kid just decided Wampa could say nothing but Wampa and say it all the time. And so Wampa, we used to scream Wampa a lot, and it just became kind of a thing. So he's not flying Wampa, he's flying Wampa. So now would be a good time for this to get started. If any of you, I'm not in a real good position to post links to anything or anything like that, but Mike's a really good player, and he's got a really interesting list here, and certainly Paul's very good. So if you would post some links and let everybody know we're out here, and then we're about to watch a really, really good game here between a couple of really strong local players. It looks like everybody's set up. It looks like from bottom to top there on Paul's side, we've got his Palp wagon, I guess Wampa, his Omega leader, and then his Inquisitor there in the middle of the mat. Over on the right, Mike's set up with his IG-88B facing south a little bit. He's got his Pirate there in the middle, waiting to see what he's going to do with him, I assume. And Captain Toilet Seat, Dengar, there at the top. So let's see where they go with these. Okay, and that's time. Time starts. We've got 60 minutes here. Round 2 from Beyond Comics in Frederick. So they're going to start flipping dials. Here's Paul's shuttle move. And while they're... Okay. So first is the PS1 Pirate. Got those a little out of order. Here goes Paul's shuttle, a bank 1 to the right. A couple easy conservative moves. Real quick before he gets to moving him, Mike's IG-88B 88B is the sort of quasi-gunner. If his primary attack misses, he can take his Mangler Cannon attack. So he's marking his... Wampa's going to jump over Palpatine's shuttle there. Paul's going to go ahead and set him back. Alright, looks like a few more of you have joined us. Here's IG-88B making a boost there to the right after a move down. He's going to swing around, try for an early engagement on maybe on one of these ties to get him out of the fight quickly. Another really aggressive move by Paul's Inquisitor. Moving 5 forward, wants to get these guys right into the fight as quick as possible, get them engaged on maybe this isolated IG before it has a chance to get support. Yeah, that's exactly what we're doing now. This position Mike's put himself in here with his IG-88 is going to be a little bit tricky for him, because what he's it's kind of an ideal situation for Paul, because the trick to running this Palpatine shuttle is really being able to effectively get shuttle's guns into the game. And you know, the next turn here, Mike really doesn't have any option but to swing this IG-88 right in front of that shuttle, and that's going to make things tough on him. There's a nice sort of bank, maybe setting up his next move to engage that IG, give him a little more room to turn down, but we'll see what he does. So another conservative little move from Dengar up at the top of the screen. And he's focused. So we're back to dials. Oh, looks like we are going to have some shooting. Paul's Inquisitor just has that IG at range 3. So he's going to toss a couple dice, but we're through a rock at range 3 with that. What do we got here? This looks like we got 1 of 8. I don't know what's going on with the... that IG has auto thrusters, so one of those blanks is going to go to an of 8. So he should have cleanly evaded. He's monkeying with stuff there. I'm not sure what he's doing there. Thanks for that. Taylor on Twitch reminded me, always arrange 1 shot for Inquisitor, so that's why 3 dice, that's why no auto thrusters. So thanks for the reminder, appreciate that. Not entirely up on the new toys yet. Alright, so now they pull tokens, we're getting ready for maneuvers. While they're doing that, go ahead and welcome all our new players, our new viewers that have just tuned in. We're watching round 2 from Beyond Comics 2016 X-Wing Store Championship here in Frederick, Maryland. And it's a really nice setup in here. If you've never been to Beyond Comics up here in Fredericksburg, we're just north of DC. Really, really fantastic store, especially if you're you know, into gaming and also into comics and collectibles. I mean, they've got a bigger selection of you know, figures, figurines, maquettes, and comic book collectibles than I think I've ever seen in any store in the DC area. So definitely come up if you can and check them out here at Beyond Comics in Frederick. Looks like the guys are getting their dials down. Again, you know, I think Mike's going to more or less have to turn into the teeth of this assault here, and that's going to let Paul do what you want to try to avoid, and that's allow the shuttle to get in on the action. That really can be the difference in these Palpatine supported lists, whether or not you get that shuttle's guns into the fight. And he's given him an opportunity to do it right away here, which could cause him some problems. But let's see. Okay, so a really big sweeping 3-bank from our pirate there. And he's going to focus on to our shuttle. Looks like a 2 straight, so he's going to bump. A good move. And a really aggressive move, maybe attempting to force a bump by that IG. So Wampa shooting ahead and trying to clog that lane up, either give him a range 1 shot or jam that lane up for that IG to move. IG with push the limit, if you can force him to bump, really makes problems for him. And here he is with a 1 bank, and I assume he's going to go ahead and just take both of his actions here. Let's see what he decides on. Mike's checking it out. It looks like he's attempting to boost here. No room. That's a bump. So no relief that direction. What's he doing with his actions here? Focus and evade, so he turtles up. And our Inquisitor is going to pull down. Looks like he's just got him an arc. Trying to figure out why Paul's Inquisitor seems to be carrying stress. Not sure I can figure that out. Anyway, so here was what I thought that kind of shift and wave was going to give him a little more room to make a more aggressive turn. So Omega Leader takes that 3 turn. He's going to go ahead and carry that evade over so he can employ juke. The Inquisitor there looks like he focused evade and target locks. And there's Omega Leader's target lock on IG to keep him from modifying dice. And it looks like Dengar, I'm assuming, is going to swing wide around that rock. Yep, a 2 bank. It does look like he might have range 3 on Omega Leader there, and he's not target locked, so let's see what he does. Oh, okay, great facts. He just dropped the stress ahead of his tokens. That's probably what he did. Thanks for the heads up. And Dengar's checking range for the target lock. be able to figure out here by how many dice Mike rolls what he's doing here.
We're live streaming a tournament. Up here there's the camera. Just it's live on Twitch.
I'm not sure what they're debating over here. Okay, so primary attack. Range 3 through a rock. Paul's going to... 2 hits. Paul's going to roll a whole rack of dice. 5. Okay, it evades that cleanly. So now we're going to go on to the Inquisitor and Omega Leader. Nice. Pretty cleanly an arc. I'm not sure what he's checking there. And that's Omega Leader. Rolls a hit and a crit, and he gets 1 evade. And can't modify his dice, so he's going to have to eat 1 into shields, I believe. And he's checking arc again on his Inquisitor shot. Looks to be a range 2 shot. Yep, he's rolling them up now. So there's his... What's his... Oh, let's re-roll 1 of those. And he... Looks like he ends up with... Boy, those are tough dice to see. Looks like he rolls a couple hits and a crit. 1 evade, adds that with the token, so 2 evades total. And he's going to lose 1 more shield. Now the IG will get his shot here. Have to see who he's decided to engage. Looks like a couple hits and a crit. I'm not certain who he's engaged there. Well, we'll see when the tokens start moving around. 4 evade dice. It rolls 2 evade, so... Not sure what we just saw. When we get between turns the next time, I'll walk over and see what the damage is sitting at. Okay, so here comes a secondary Mangler attack. He's going to go ahead and put that into Wampa. 1 changes to a crit, so hitting a crit into Wampa at range 1 with his Mangler cannon after missing on that first one. And he uses his evade. So 1 and 1 evades that cleanly. And that should take us to Wampa, who's going to shoot up the IG at range 1. You get 3 hits. And he focuses. And that gives him 1 into shield. Shuttle's out of range. So nothing from the shuttle. And that goes to the pirate. This pirate's got choice of who to attack. He can engage the Omega Leader there or the Inquisitor. Looks like he's got range 2 on Inquisitor. I didn't quite catch what he's got range-wise on Omega. Okay, shooting at Inquisitor for 1. And he uses the evade. Doesn't even bother rolling. And we are to dial. So give me a second. Let me walk over and see how that shook loose.
she was. So she said she had to leave Alexandria.
We're trying to get free. Don't you think that's bad?
You don't.
All right, so real quick consult with the players. The result of all that, Paul took no damage, and IG-88 is 1 into hull, so he only has 3 left for he goes boom. And let's see what their maneuvers end up being.
Took 1 hour.
Well, looks like the word got around of who's playing. We got about 40 of you watching. So welcome to the 20 or so of you who tuned in during that round. As you probably already surmised, we're looking at round 2 of the X-Wing Store Championship from Beyond Comics in Frederick, Maryland. Paul Heaver versus Mike Bonvino. Going into round 2, Paul's Palpatine and Aces list is undamaged, and Mike is carrying one into hull on his IG-88. So let's see what they do for round 3 here. Looks like I think that was a two straight on his pirate. He's going to go ahead and target lock Omega Leader. 3 straight. Maybe an effort to ensure a block if that IG does something cute, but let's see what everybody else does. I'm just going to go ahead and focus. Okay, he pulled a 3 straight from Wampa there, and that's going to go ahead and be a bump. Oh, looks like he attempted a K and didn't make it. So he is stressed. What's his Inquisitor up to? Ah, okay, I see. So that bump was just to potentially fix that IG in place and clear the way for our Inquisitor there. Looks like he may have bumped as well, though. Little surprised by that. Let's see what Omega Leader's done. Alright, he pulls a 1 turn to the left. Does he get clear of arc? He does not, so he's probably going to modify that a little bit. Nope, he's going to go ahead and just take the focus, so he carries the evade. Excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you. And Dengar's on a rock. And he takes one. And this, I assume, is his Inquisitor attack on the IG. Rolls 1 evade. And it takes 1 damage. Or was that his range 1 Omega Leader shot? That's his... What are we looking at here? Okay. Deciding whether he's going to Palpatine that eyeball into a crit, and he does. And that's 2 crits. Yikes.
Loose stabilizer. Mark turns are red and no straights. And I can't go straight.
So IG took a couple crits there. He took the stabilizer crit that lets him not go straight. But I believe he still has to eat fire from... Alright, so IG shooting back now into the Inquisitor. Not a great roll. 1 hit. And he evades it cleanly. 1 shield. Yeah, I got a comment from Twitch here. Dengar not being able to shoot hurts. It definitely does. Dengar's target locked on Omega Leader in an effort to get torpedoes on him, and looks like that chance is going to go away here real quick. So here's the shuttle shooting at IG. I assume. And there goes IG-88B. And like I was saying, that these Palp shuttle lists that I've seen from the games that I've watched, that really is kind of the X factor. If you can employ the shuttle's guns quickly to remove one of those threats from the map, you've got a leg up, and that's exactly what happened there. The shuttle was able to finish off the IG that turn, and really very successful couple turns of shooting for Paul. Looks like that pirate really put it into Omega Leader there, but I'm not sure what the outcome was. When they get back to dials, I'll go over and give it a quick look and give you another update. Okay, so went over and took a look again. That was a concussion on the shuttle. Shuttle took a couple hits in the shield, and the pirate there really ate it from that range 1 shot from Omega Leader. He's down to 1 hull. And that's correct, guys. That is what we saw on that. The concussion missile shot out of the pirate into the shuttle. With only a couple shields off the shuttle, it'd be interesting to see what Paul tries to do here. Got a 3 bank. If he, if he anticipated this a little bit and hard turns the Inquisitor there around to the right, he's not going to be able to K-turn his Wampa after bumping on the attempted K last turn. So let's see what he tries to do here. And he just bumps. So a nice little conservative move there. there's Wampa going. 2 bank. It's going to clear that stress from the aborted K-turn. And he's rolling him back. I assume to give him a little more room to turn him around the next couple turns. So a hard turn to the left from Paul's Inquisitor here. And he's going to boost him around. Let's see if he K-turns his Omega Leader. Looks like he doesn't quite have him in range just yet. Let's see if what they decide. Okay, he does have him, so he's going to go ahead and target lock and evade. His Omega Leader is going to sloop. He's going to carry his target lock. Go ahead and stress on that sloop. So he sloops to the left. And where is Dengar going? Doesn't interact with the rock. His nubs are off the rock, so he's going to 1 bank over. Looks like he's still carrying that target lock on Omega Leader. What's he going to do here? Oh, he's moved it. Okay, so he's going to go ahead and set up for a torpedo shot on that. He's going to push the limit and focus and set up for a torpedo shot on that shuttle. So here's Dengar. I assume he's making a... What's he doing? He's got a range 1 primary there. So he's rolling 3 dice. Got 2 hits on the shuttle. And it looks like he evaded 1. We've got... Looks to be a range 1 shot. Oh, he's opting for the range 2 shot on the Z95. Okay, so he uses his focus to modify those dice to avoid sploding, as he's only got 1 hull left. And that takes us on to Pirate that shoots up the shuttle a little bit. I didn't quite catch how many got through though. Pulling our unused tokens back to the next round. So that was a quick one. Paul didn't have a whole lot shooting that round, so it was a pretty quick round. Pretty quick turn. Looks like Mike's trying to figure out his movement options for Dengar there. Yeah, that pirate, if he comes around, is almost certainly going to bump.
Yeah, I saw you bought some kind of $130 thing for it.
You know, here again though, this is the second game in a row where we've got jump masters with torpedoes, and they just have trouble getting the torpedo shots. Onto target. So there's the hard twos. Just trying to bring them around, but you know, we get a bump. So he's able to get him about halfway around there. All right, just going to keep bringing Wampa around. Still not entirely recovered from that bump K-turn. And he goes ahead and invades with Wampa. Omega leader is going to... What's he doing there? Can't see. Just a 2 straight. Get him down in a good position to jam up that portion of the table and clean that Z95 off the table here this turn, I think. And the folks invade, so it doesn't look like he's carrying a target lock. And our Inquisitor is going to pull a 1 hard. And I believe right now the Inquisitor has a target lock on Dengar. Probably a good time to keep that. There's a bump here with Dengar is likely. And what's he done? Yeah, he's attempted a hard 1. That's going to bump him, I think, and put him on that rock. So tough turn for Dengar, as he's not going to be able to shoot. Yeah, barely moves. So he's going to be right on that rock. Let's see if his leading edge gets clear of the rock, so he's at least clear next turn. You can't really see with Mike's hand there, but let's see what he ends up with. Yeah, so there was the bump. Omega Leader's going to go ahead and try to get that shot in on that bump Z95 and clear him out of here. He's going to go ahead and juke. And that kills him. And the Inquisitor with his target lock shot here on Dengar, sitting on a rock. No ability to do much of anything. And he's going to reroll those with his target lock. And 2. Is he going to palp that third one? No. A little surprised he didn't go ahead and add a crit to that. A little bit of a question here as to whether or not Paul's talking with the TO as to whether or not Dengar can use his ability to fire back after defending if he's sitting on a rock. And that is the question. Great, thanks. That's what he's called him over to ask him. I think we're going to check with Ron real quick. I've seen this come up a few times. I just don't recall how it goes, so they're going to go ahead and resolve. Got a question from got a question for Twitch if we're going to do the whole tournament. We are. So we're going to do all 4 rounds, and then both rounds a single elimination. We got to cut to 4 after 4 rounds. So yeah, we are going to do the whole tournament today. Okay, let me see how that resolved. So what was the answer, Steve? What was the answer on Dengar? What?
No attack.
Okay, so Dengar's ability precluded by sitting on a rock, just like his attack. So nope was the ruling here.
I've never applied for a job that has that much to it.
It's 6 rounds total, yes. So it's 4 rounds of Swiss, then a cut to top 4, and those rounds I think will be on time. At least the final will be on time. But the Swiss round's 75 minutes, then we have a 75-minute semifinal round and an untimed final.
Because so many steps, like, I don't have a problem with the steps at all. It's more or less the other stuff that you're going to get picked out for, you know what I mean? Like,
And Dowd's going down. And I believe that's what we did see there with the decision to Palpatine. He went ahead and added a crit to the Wampa roll, canceled them all, and gave him one face down damage. So 2 straight from our shuttle here. He's going to clear his stress from earlier. He's been carrying that a little while. He's going to go ahead and focus. And Wampa is going to do a hard one to the left.
what are you guys doing?
A lot of opportunities to block Dengar here at PS9. Got to focus on Wampa. What's Omega Leader doing? I believe that's probably a K-turn. It's a 4K. Yeah, the white sloop would be to the left, I believe, and that's going to put him on a rock. So he's not going to. We're not going to see that. And there's the block. So that's the Inquisitor's 3-turn there. Looks like an attempt to jam up Dengar to give Omega Leader the opportunity to Palpatine his dice and use Juke to dink with Dengar's defense roll. What's he got? He's going to pull a 1 hard to the left. So a nice move. Get him clear the rock. And he doesn't have any bumps or anything weird going on there. So nice move cleanly out of there, but pointed the wrong direction. Does set him up for a sloop to the left here on the next turn, though, and that's almost certainly what we'll see. So Dengar is going to shoot. I'd imagine we're going to get a range 1 prime. I don't know what the damage is on the shuttle, but let's see who he engages here in a second. Looks like he's going to take a prime. He's checking to see if he's got range 1 on that shuttle. Shuttle must be pretty well shot up, or I don't think he'd be wasting his time on it. But he's got a range 2 shot on the shuttle. Okay, so target locks that shuttle. And we're going to take a range 2 primary. He's going to use his target lock to re-roll that second die. And it looks like he comes out with 2 hits on the shuttle. Shuttle's going to focus and take 1. I'll give you an update on the ship damage here in a little bit. Yeah, it's tricky to see. The perspective makes it a little weird. I'm not sure either. I'm guessing. The question is whether or not we think we're going to get a sloop next turn out of Mike, and he might not make it. He might not be clear. So we'll just have to see. It looks like we got. Who would this be? Oh, I guess this Omega Leader. It's his only remaining. Okay, so we're pulling unused tokens. And we'll go on to the next turn. Let me run over real quick and check with the guys and see what the status is of Dengar and our shuttle. So give me a second. Okay, so real quick update on damage. Paul's shuttle is shieldless, but he still has 5 hull left. Dengar has 1 face down damage card from that Wampa roll last turn, and 1 shield. And the angle is not right for the sloop. I think a sloop would put him on that rock. Got a question from Twitch. Veldrin77 asked, why didn't Omega juke Dengar? I don't know. I couldn't see what the dice result was. My assumption is that wouldn't have gotten him anything. Alright, so we got a 1 bank from our shuttle. Another tuner turn or two, we might be able to get that shuttle back shooting, which would be bad news for Dengar. But we'll see. So there's target lock. And I think that's what Paul's anticipating here is being able to swing that shuttle around within a couple turns and potentially get some shooting done. So Wampa's going to pull a hard 2. Might bump there. Let's see if he makes it in. Yep, looks like he bumps. Not really the end of the world. So there's Wampa's bump. I think we're going to move Omega Leader. He's going to hard 1 to the left. Paul playing a really conservative game. Not in a super duper big hurry. Just get these guys around. And a 2-turn for his Inquisitor. Oh, that wasn't Omega Leader's maneuver. Inquisitor's going to go 2-turn and boost. And, oh, Omega Leader's pointed the other direction. Inquisitor's already got got Dengar target lock, so that was a boost and focus. Omega Leader moves cleanly up. 2, clear stress. And he's going to, of course, target lock Dengar. Dengar with a hard 2 to the right. Yeah, pretty shrewd move. Gets him out of arc. And it looks like he's the only thing shooting this turn. So he's going to lay it on that shuttle. Looks like he's got a range 1 primary. I don't believe he's got that shuttle target lock. So he's going to push, he's going to target lock, he's going to focus. And he's got a 3-die primary. He's going to go ahead and use that target lock, re-roll the 3rd die. And we end up with, looks like 3 hits. I'm not sure what our shuttle did here, but I think they all landed. So that's going to leave our shuttle with 2 hull left. I was looking down and missed Paul's defense roll there. Alright, so back to dials. Dengar was the only thing shooting there. Alright. Paul's shuttle stops. K-turn Wampa here. I get a hard 3 to the right. 3 turn. Is going to bump. But he should still be carrying his target lock and his evade, so that's no big deal. The Inquisitor's going to hard 1 to the right. 1 turn to the right. Just going to boost and focus. So he's got a focus, target lock, and what do we got here? A 1 turn. Does it get in there? Looks like no. No. So that's trouble. So he's going to attempt a 1 turn. He's not going to clear, and he's going to bump right there. Maybe a little further back. Right about there. Yep. So Dengar bumps. And Omega Leader's going to get a couple good shots in here. Wampa's in range, so we're going to be able to get that face down damage card from Wampa. We're going to Palpatine that. Palpatine one of Wampa's to a crit. Dengar can't shoot up Palpatine, so it's a bump. Nice move by Paul. Set up more damage on Dengar here this turn. What do we got? Yep. So here's Wampa's going to shoot. What are we looking at? Oh, Dengar shooting a range 3 primary at Wampa. What's he got there? And 2 evades, so that's evaded cleanly. Now we'll guard, start up with
Cake is delicious, and I love it. Have cake every day, all day.
what do we got here? Who's shooting here? Inquisitor or Omega Leader? Okay. Omega Leader range 1. Nope. We're shooting at the Inquisitor's range 3 shot, so 1 evade. And takes 1 shield. And 1 face down damage. So that's going to be 2 face down damage for Dengar. This could be curtains here by the time we get to Wampa. Oh, he's going to go ahead and Palp that to a crit. He's going to take 2 crits here, and that's game. So that's all for Dengar. And another good game. Very well flown there at the end by both players. But Paul forcing that bump with that shuttle just kind of wrapped it up for Dengar. Kind of paid the price early for not being able to get Dengar in the shooting. And again, Paul being able to take a couple shots from his shuttle on IG-88 there early really made the difference and got him out of the game pretty quick. So, great game there from both players. You guys that have been tuning in, thanks for tuning in and watching. We'll be back with round 3 here shortly. And I'll see you in a bit.